Hello everyone and welcome to the Southern Mountain Kitchen. Today we're going to make crab cakes. So what you see on my counter is what we're going to use to make this with. It's really an easy process. These really are not hard to do. You see imitation crab on my counter because buying real crab for 16 ounces is needed for this is about $15, and that's a lot to put into this. But you can buy the imitation for about a third of the cost. So basically you can use the imitation, you can use the real, or you can use a mix of both. But either however you want to do it, it's still going to work. It's still going to be a great recipe. So you just need to substitute how you want to do it. But in the end result, you need 16 ounces of crab. And since the imitation comes in large chunks, I chop this up in a processor so that way it's easier to manage and easier to shape into the cakes. And this is what I have after it's chopped up. It looks a lot like regular crab anyway. So we're ready to go for this. And you're going to need a large bowl to put this in. And we're going to transfer everything that we have chopped up into that bowl. And to that, we're adding 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/4 of a teaspoon of black pepper, 2 teaspoons of Old Bay seasoning, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. Now, if you don't like Dijon mustard, you could kind of leave this out. I put it in just to kind of give a little flavor, a little spice to this. It doesn't have to be there. It's my choice, but if you don't like it, you don't have to use it. And then after this, we are going to add to this 1 egg that's been beaten up. And then we're going to add mayonnaise to this, and you are going to need at least 1/4 of a cup of mayonnaise. And once we get this all in here, before we do the next step, we want to mix it up a little bit, because at this point all your ingredients are easy to mix and you just want to get it going before you start adding anything else to it, because we still have to add to this other ingredients like panko breadcrumbs. So you want to go ahead and just mix this up and try to pull it all together before we add in the breadcrumbs. So go around the sides and the bottom, pull it in, because the mayonnaise is going to get this to start sticking together, but it's also going to, as you're mixing it, mix in all of these different seasonings. Now we're adding into this 1/2 cup of panko breadcrumbs, and then we're just going to go ahead and mix this completely until we get everything really combined together, because this is basically what you're going to use to make your crab cakes. So keep stirring it up, keep moving it around the bowl, because you want to get everything pulled together. And when you do, it'll look something like this. And at this point, we want to go ahead and take it out. And yes, you're going to have to handle this by hand. You can use gloves if you want to. Just wash your hands before you do this and after. And then you're just going to shape it into the crab cakes. It's really easy to do. And once you've got them all shaped up, then you're ready to move on to the next step, which you're going to need a skillet. And in that, we are going to put at least 4 tablespoons of butter, because we want this to actually heat up before we put these into it. So go ahead and move this around in here, because you need the pan to be hot, because we want to actually, when these sit down in there, start searing the bottom of them to get them to where they're cooking. Because once they're in, you're going to have to cook these for at least 5 minutes per side to get them really cooked through and set up. So make sure it's hot before you put them in. But the best thing about this is, once you get the crab cakes into the pan after this butter is melted, literally 5 minutes one side, 5 minutes the other, and you can serve these, because they're best if you serve them straight from the pan where they're hot. You don't want them to sit around for a long time and cool down, because it's not going to work. So as you can see, I have mine in here. They're going to go for 5 minutes, and then I'm going to flip them. But I want to kind of keep an eye on them, see how they're browning on the bottom along the way. Because once they're kind of brown, you flip them, they look more like this, and you flip them over and do the other side. And it's really that simple. And like I said, you serve these hot. You don't want them to cool down. You don't want them to sit around all day before people get to them, because once they're warm, they have this really great taste to them, to where it's better when they're hot, or even warm. But cold, no, you do not want it. So once these have cooked for the 5 minutes on the other side, we're just going to remove them from the pan and have them ready to go. And when I was done, mine looks something like this, and they have such a great taste, whether it's imitation or real crab meat in them. It's just a pleasure to eat. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe. And if you get a chance, check out the Southern Mountain Kitchen website, where you can get a free recipe, check out cookbooks available from the Southern Mountain Kitchen, and you can order a cookbook at a discount price with the shipping that's cheaper than Amazon. So it's really a great deal. Have a great day.